Ladies and gentlemen, football fans across the Empire State and beyond. Picture this. It's a crisp autumn afternoon at MetLife Stadium, the roar of Big Blue Nation echoing off those steel beams like thunder rolling in from the Hudson. The New York Giants, our resilient warriors in blue, are staring down another pivotal moment in a season that's been a roller coaster of heart-pounding highs and gut-wrenching lows. But hold on, before we lace up those cleats and charge into the fray, let me hit you with this. Did you know that the Giants' quarterback room has seen more twists than a plot from a Scorsese flick? From Eli Manning's ice-cold heroics to the legends who paved the way, like Phil Simms slinging it in the 80s. Today, though, the spotlight's on a young gun who's got the whole NFC East buzzing. What if I told you that the fate of Sunday's showdown with the Detroit Lions hangs on a single clearance? Yeah, we're talking concussion protocol, and it's got Giants country holding its breath. Welcome back to Giants Insider, your go-to pulse on all things Big Blue. I'm your host, channeling that same fire that burned in Lawrence Taylor's eyes back in the day when he terrorized quarterbacks like it was personal. Today, we're diving deep into the latest from the Quest Diagnostics Training Center in East Rutherford. For the second straight day, rookie sensation Jackson Dart has been listed as a limited participant in practice, and crucially, no contact. That's right, folks, our first-round phenom is still navigating the NFL's rigorous concussion protocol after that brutal hit in Week 10 against the Chicago Bears. The 22-year-old from Utah, with that cannon arm and those scrambler legs that remind you of a young Michael Vick, took a shot that sidelined him just as he was starting to heat up. And now, with the Lions prowling into town, those Motor City Marauders boasting one of the league's most ferocious defenses, it's anyone's guess if Dart straps it up or sits it out for a second game running. Let's break it down, play by play, because this isn't just a practice report. It's the heartbeat of a franchise that's overcome more underdog stories than you can count. Dart, selected 9th overall in this year's draft after lighting up SEC fields like a fireworks show on the 4th of July, has been nothing short of electric when healthy. In 9 games, 7 starts, mind you, he's completed 62.7% of his passes for 1,417 yards, threading the needle with 10 touchdowns and showing poise beyond his years with just 3 picks. But wait, there's more to this kid than the stat sheet. He's rushed for 317 yards and 7 scores, turning broken plays into highlight reel magic that has MetLife shaking. Remember that 42-yard scamper against the Commanders in Week 6? The one where he juked 3 defenders like they were standing still? That's the spark we need in this rivalry-choked division, where every yard feels like a declaration of war against those smug Eagles or the star-studded Cowboys. Interim head coach Mike Kafka, stepping up with the steady hand of a guy who's been in the Giants' trenches since 2021, first as quarterbacks coach, now calling the shots after that mid-season shakeup, laid it out plain and simple yesterday. If he's healthy and cleared to play, then I'd like Jackson Dart to play, Kafka said, his voice carrying that no-nonsense edge we've come to love. Only if he's healthy and ready to go, and that depends on what the docs say. Kafka's no stranger to quarterback carousels. He coached under the tutelage of Andy Reid in Kansas City, where he saw Patrick Mahomes evolve from raw talent to MVP machine. Now, he's got to channel that wisdom here, balancing the fire of youth with the cold calculus of player safety. In a league where one wrong hit can derail a career, think Tua Tagovailoa scares down in Miami. This call isn't just tactical, it's a testament to the Giants' commitment to their own. Shifting gears to the man who's been holding down the fort, Jameis Winston. The veteran gunslinger, signed this offseason as that grizzled backup with a rocket for an arm and stories for days, stepped into the breach last Sunday against the Green Bay Packers. And boy, did he deliver a mixed bag that had us all on the edge of our seats. In a heartbreaker that ended 27-20, Winston aired it out for 201 yards, but that late interception and a fumbled snap on the final drive? Oof, they stung like a Michael Strahan sack on 3rd and long. Winston, the former number 1 overall pick out of Florida State back in 2015, has been down this road before. The highs of 5,000-yard seasons in Tampa, the lows of turnovers that could fill a blooper reel. But here's the thing, against Green Bay's vaunted secondary, he showed flashes of that Heisman swagger, connecting with rookie wide-out Malik Neighbors on a 28-yard dart that had the Meadowlands faithful chanting his name. Neighbors, our 3rd-round steal from LSU, has been Dart's go-to safety blanket with 48 catches for 612 yards already. Imagine what those two could cook up if they're back in sync. Now, let's zoom out for some tactical deep dive, because Giants fans, you know we live for this. Under Kafka's scheme, which borrows from that West Coast precision he honed in Philly and KC, the offense thrives on rhythm and misdirection. Dart's mobility stretches defenses thin, forcing linebackers like Detroit's Alex Anzalone to hesitate just a beat, enough for a play-action bootleg to Dexter Lawrence's twin on the edge. Wait, no, that's our defensive anchor, but you get the point. Lawrence, the 6 feet 4 inches mountain of a nose tackle who's already notched 5.5 sacks this year, embodies that Giants' DNA, hard-nosed, unyielding, the kind of guy who'd fit right in with the G-men of old, sacking Fran Tarkenton in the 70s at the Polo Grounds. Speaking of history, the Polo Grounds, that gritty Harlem horseshoe where the Giants kicked off in 1925, drawing crowds with baseball's ghosts still lingering from Babe Ruth's days. Fast forward through the Yale Bowl detours and that magical move to Yankee Stadium in the 50s, and you've got the blueprint for resilience. We've won 2 Super Bowls in the last 2 decades, 07 and 11, both on the road, both with Eli Manning channeling David against the Goliath Patriots. Those Eli to Plaxico bombs? Pure poetry. And don't get me started on the rivalries. Nothing fires up Big Blue like spoiling Dallas's parade or silencing Philly's bird-brained faithful at the Link. Statistically speaking, this injury couldn't come at a worse time, or maybe it's the perfect storm to galvanize the squad. The Giants sit at 4-6, clinging to that wild card whisper in the NFC, but with the Lions at 8-2 and rolling like a freight train, Jared Goff dissecting secondaries left and right, that run game with David Montgomery pounding like a jackhammer, Sunday's no gimme. Compare Dart's efficiency to last year's starter, Tommy DeVito's fairytale run. Dart's 92.4 passer rating edges out DeVito's 86.2, but those rushing TDs? They're up 40% from 2024's total QB sneaks. Injuries, though, they're the great equalizer. We've lost edge rusher Kayvon Thibodeau to a hamstring tweak, thinning an already fierce pass rush that sacked QBs 22 times, 3rd in the league. Kafka's got to lean on the secondary, with Deonte Banks locking down like a 2023 first-rounder should, to keep Goff's feet happy, or rather, uncomfortable. To paint this picture even richer, let's imagine I'm courtside, or sideline, I should say, with a couple of voices from a locker room. Picture this. I'm chatting with veteran tight end Darren Waller, who's been mentoring Dart like a big brother since training camp. "Jackson's got that it factor, man," Waller might say, his voice steady as he adjusts those gloves. The way he sees the field, it's like he's got eyes in the back of his helmet. But health first, football's a marathon, not a sprint. If he's out, we've got Jameis, and that dude's got more arm talent than half the league. We're built for this. Cut to a fan in the stands, one of those diehards tailgating with a Strahan jersey on. Let's call him Vinny from Secaucus. "Yo, if Dart sits, it's Winston's world. Remember 15 when Jameis lit up the Bucks? Give him the keys, coach. Big Blue don't back down." And Kafka. He'd probably flash that sly grin and add, "Look, we've got depth for a reason."